Welcome to this edition of Inside the Academy Studio.
Today's conversation will be about Lisa Cholodenko's The Kids Are Alright. Kids Are Alright is a movie about two teenage children who go looking for their father, who's actually their sperm donor, and their mothers, played by Annette Bening and Julianne Moore, eventually get to meet this man, and trouble ensues, and a family is provided drama.
Okay.
Simply, it's a family drama, but because it deals with the same-sex couple, it has a sense of a twist. But would you say The Kids Are Alright? This is my co-host again. Would you say The Kids Are Alright is a new kind of film, or just a family drama with a slight twist? Something that we've seen before.
I think it's definitely something that we've seen before. I think probably the only twist I've seen is that...
Now, but
yeah.
Does that work for The Kids Are Alright? Does it make something more relatable? You know, it's a topic where same-sex couples is a touchy topic, but
Yeah.
the ability to be relatable to other films and other stories, does that work for it?
I think it works that the audience might find it more relatable to it, but to a point it also kind of limits it because it's like we've already seen similar movies before. So that's just my thoughts on it.
Well, I agree. I think it does a good job of handling the awkwardness of maybe meeting a dad who's not been in life, but then when the dad gets involved with one of the mothers, it just seems to be contrived, and it seems to be something that, you know, same-sex couple can never be just a same-sex couple. There always needs to be some other external conflict, or we're not ready to see a movie about minutia or small conflicts between a couple like that. So I think...
What does minutia mean?
Just, little things that become bigger things, but it seemed they had to put a huge thing of infidelity in there to have that dramatic effect.
Oh, okay, I see.
I
agree too.
The sperm donor is, I think, played by the person I consider to be the best in this movie, and that's Mark Ruffalo. And Mark Ruffalo has done a lot of great work. I saw one of his first movies, You Can Count on Me, with Laura Linney recently, released in 2000, and he was a very similar kind of guy, somebody who's kind of untrustworthy, somebody you can't really depend on, but I think he plays it really well. And this one, I think he tries to really work hard and try to connect with these kids. Then obviously he goes on and sleeps with one of their mothers, and then stuff falls to the ground, obviously. But I think he does a great job. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. There's a reason he's going to be the third Bruce Banner in 10 years. Yeah, I liked his performance because it seemed like the one that you could relate to the most. I mean, he was just like a regular guy, just trying to run his own business, minding his own thing.
Yeah.
And then I think that's a good angle for looking at this movie. Like, his life was really changed by these kids just kind of dropping in. Like, he didn't even expect the sperm to be actually used, right? He's right. Okay, whatever.
Mark Ruffalo was nominated this year in the Best Supporting category. Annette Bening, who plays the more controlling, almost alpha mom, Nick, who has kind of a drinking problem, very tense all the time. I think her character, when the character is not on screen, is actually better for the movie. Because it's more of let's think about Nick, let's think about mom. So when she's not on screen, I think her character is more effective than when she is on screen. Because when she's on screen, I kind of don't get that force when she's not on screen, and when people are just worried about what is she going to think.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's why I'm confused that she's nominated for Best Actress. I mean, she's not...
Yeah, you get the argument that it's harder to play somebody who's more quiet and considered real, but I do think it's a bit of a stretch that she's one of the 5 best this year.
Yeah.
Along with
and just based on screen time too.
yeah. It's I think it's very much a supporting performance.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of supporting roles. I don't think there's a lead actress role here.
Yeah.
I think Julianne Moore does a good job also, and I think they're both supporting each other. I don't think either of them are leads.
Yeah. But if you had to pick a lead, I'd pick Julianne Moore as a lead. But then I don't know. That's something we try to determine. What does Academy think, right?
Right. That's what we're trying to get inside the Academy studio.
Name drop.
The kids. I think the kids are real. They play it off well.
Yeah.
I think they're relatable. I think the overachieving, almost tightly wound daughter, played by Mia Wasikowska, who's also seen Alice in Wonderland, an Australian actress, really getting her first sense of American cinema. And then the son, played by Josh Hutcherson, who really wants to have that masculine influence in his life and has this weird friendship relationship with some guy who makes him do some weird stuff, and he kind of, I think, finally stands up for himself and knows it's not a healthy relationship. So I think the kids are believable, and
I think that also helped. It also helped that he finally had like a father influence in his life, right?
Right.
So yeah, I think that's the point they were trying to get at in this movie.
So what are some of your complaints about this movie?
And just like, I don't know, it just seemed very typical. Like, it was kind of, if you just replace sperm donor with like boyfriend or ex-husband or something,
right,
then you can make the same story with this anything, right? Like, you've seen that before, right?
Yeah.
I mean, couple has a few troubles, an affair ensues, and then that's it, really.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a familiar story. I think the writing is okay. It's we don't get a lot of great scenes in this movie. I know if you're a Joni Mitchell fan, you might like a couple of scenes, but other than that, I think it's more quiet film. It's not something that the writing necessarily helps. It's something I think the actors really worked hard on to make these characters believable. I think one of the better scenes was the ending college scene. I think it's something that everybody can relate to, and it was good to see that even though this family had been through a lot, they kind of bonded together and still had the emotional release of sending the daughter off to college.
Yeah. Okay. So is that your favorite scene already?
Well, it might be. So.
Okay.
If you're familiar with the format, we do have that coming up. This is directed by a woman, and there's always been the complaint that not a lot of women directors are there, and they're not getting the kind of films being made. And I agree with that. I think a woman can provide a different perspective. I don't know if she's in this film done the best job, because I don't think this is necessarily the best film, but it's great to see that women directors are, not being ignored, and their movies are getting noticed. Like we saw with Catherine Bigelow last year, They should not be put in a box. A director is a director. A woman director is not different than a man director.
Yeah, I guess there's not much I could add to that. So.
Exactly. Okay, so we're nearing the end of this episode inside the Academy Studio, and like always, we have questions. And our first is favorite moment. The kids are all right.
Favorite moment? I think it had to be. I think it was somewhere towards the middle end of the movie, where I think when he finally kind of character, the son played by. What's the name again? Yeah,
Josh Hutcherson.
Josh Hutcherson. Yeah, he finally kind of accepts
who plays the great Laser Wolf.
Oh, he's
for Fiddler on the Roof fans.
Oh, he plays Laser?
Yes.
His name's Laser?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Yeah, when he finally kind of accepts him Mark Ruffalo's character as kind of like a father figure. Yeah.
And mine is the college scene. I think it was a good scene where we could see that people could go through a lot of pain, but still brought together by things that matter in life. Your least favorite moment?
Least favorite? I think it'd have to be the entire affair. I'm just gonna blanket it all.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's but I'll say that with the dinner where they had with the other couple, and where Annette Bening's character kind of drinks too much and goes a little crazy because they all they talk about is organic foods and things. I think right away you knew that character. I just felt that the character there could not substantiate things that happened to her. You kind of felt okay with what was happening because of the character being, in my mind, so negative and so elitist and stuck up and, self-centered. Okay, word association. Kids Are Alright. What word do you think of?
Organic. Because of organic foods, yeah.
Right. And I think of... I think I have to think of Mom. It's a movie about moms, and I think of Mom. So the words we associate with The Kids Are Alright, organic, and Mom. This has been another episode of Inside the Academy Studio.
Thank you.